So has anybody ever activated their Merkaba? So your Merkaba is basically your light body. And from reading this book, so I'm reading this book, Activate Your Merkaba by Suzanne Johnson. She's a therapist, healer, teacher, author. And she basically says that your Merkaba is your energetic body. And basically, she says there's different energy bodies. Part of the light body is called Merkaba, and it exists in many languages, and it's basically a vessel and rotating body of light that carries the body and spirit from one world to another. So it's basically your vehicle to different states of consciousness. So in our current day and age, we live in like a 3D realm or a 3D reality, which is a state of consciousness. It's not literally physically we're there. But because our brain doesn't understand between what's in our physical reality and in our mental, spiritual, emotional reality, we can be in higher states of consciousness and affect the world around us by and through how we see the world and what we believe about people. So I've been working on this, my Merkaba, actually for the last 9 months. And it's really, really been eye-opening. And a couple practices that I've done is I've done one where you open your heart and you learn about forgiveness and about the different chakra systems and how they can get congested, and how learning to unblock them and purify them is something that we have to do a lot. And it really comes down to mental imagery and a lot of pairing that mental imagery with feeling and focusing on that area of the body and then releasing it, right? And so it's weird, but people get so caught up, I think, in us being in our physical reality or 3D reality that we forget that there's other realities that are part of our being, because it's very abstract to think about. But we are abstract, very complex beings. So the fact that we wouldn't have other parts of our body that extend outside of our physical body makes sense to me, because we would be putting ourselves in a very limited spectacle or a very limited space. So the meditation that I was going to do or am doing now is crazy. I've never done it before, but it's basically activating your crown chakra. So I've been really trying to figure out how to activate my crown, which leads to clear thought, to higher states of consciousness, more happiness, ecstatic well-being, that kind of thing. And it's a really interesting meditation. It takes me through basically thinking in your brain of having beams of light going to your pineal gland in the middle of your brain, which is a part of your endocrine system. And so it really, really helps. And I'm going to do it, I guess, according to her, if you do it for 2 weeks, every single day, your crown chakra will be open forever. Now, I don't know if that's true, because I've never done it for 2 weeks and I don't know what forever is, but I'm trying it and it's cool. So I don't know if anybody's ever tried activating their Merkaba, if they know what that is. Chat with me about it. I want to know, because I've never met anybody in real living life that does this. So yeah, love you.